Welcome back to another episode of the Stay Off My Grass podcast. You got your boy Suns fan Randy, no Sun shirt today. Um, we got another one, man. We got us, the Suns versus the 76ers. I thought we could have won this game today, especially with they announced that Devin Booker was back in the lineup, Jalen Green was back in the lineup, and also shout out to D Book making another All-Star game. So yeah. I feel like if we want to dive into why we lost, let's talk about why we lost. Because I feel like the refs did everything within their power to try to win us this game. You know what I'm saying? If you was watching this game, I don't know if Vegas got involved or whatever, if it was a certain spread that needed to be that happened or a point difference, I don't know. But it got real weird when it came to the fouls and just like the stuff that they was giving. It just got real weird at the end. Like I feel like it was calling a bunch of shit. Like even a shot that he let it go and to me he got it off in time, but they took that back. So that's when I knew okay, like something is happening, something is going on. When they reviewing shots that clearly left his hand, I don't know. To me, that was like I don't know. But and then Devin Booker got fouled 2 times on the 3 back to back, so I was just like okay, like some is off. But they gave us every opportunity to try to win this game or at least pull within a closer to try to really have a real chance at winning this game. And we said nah at every opportunity. You know what I'm saying? At every time that they knocked, like, hey, do y'all want to try to win? And we was like, nah. And yeah, so it started with Book. If you look at his stat line, he didn't play like if you look at his stats, it don't look crazy. He finished with 21 points, 5 of 12 from the field. But if you watch tonight, he was just missing a bunch of wide open shit. Couldn't hit a three to save his life. Um, yeah, just was just nothing. Just like he was just out there just for cardio tonight. It was just one of those nights. But granted, it's kind of what you expect him coming back from an ankle injury, you know what I'm saying, and all the other stuff. So I kind of get him, or I kind of give him a pass tonight. But tonight was bad. Jaden Green wasn't much better either. You know what I'm saying? Like if you just watch the game, he didn't really give us too much either. But one thing I watched in this frustrating, even if you watch the last game when we lost against the and I think that kind of influenced the reason why Devin Booker and Jalen Green came back because how we finished the last game against the Warriors and the shit Dylan Brooks pulled at the last second, like what the fuck was that? So to me that was the inspiration on like we coming back like we I don't know what kind of shot he took at that last second against the Warriors, but that wasn't it. But yeah, watching Dylan Brooks offensively is like is him and Royce O'Neal is just so cringy. Like I could like it's so cringy watching Royce O'Neal run point, and it's so cringy kind of watching Dylan Brooks offensively because and in the first half of the season or like when he was in his offensive bag, he had a little bit more wiggle to him. He had a more like of a bag, and now it's just becoming just like, hey, I'm gonna just dip my shoulder, bump you, and try to get space and try to shoot out. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like in the beginning of the season, it wasn't that. You know what I'm saying? And it's real ugly. It's real nasty to kind of watch because you don't know if he's gonna get called for an offensive foul. You don't know like and then sometimes like he'll bump and try to get the foul at the same time. So it's just real nasty. It's not like let me get into the shit that I've actually been working on, like the turnarounds and like the euros and like some of the shimmy and just the left right shit that like he been working on. Like now it's just more brute force of just I'm gonna try to dip my shoulder until you bump you and then shoot like that. So that I'm not really a fan of. Colin Gillespie didn't really give us much, but I'm not really expecting too much from Colin Gillespie. He finished with 6 points. Didn't really play that much tonight. I don't know if he got hurt or if he'd been dealing with an injury or whatever the case may be. But like I said, he was 2 of 11 from the field. No Grayson Allen tonight, and it shows. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I'm saying. Like in moments like these, games like these, this is when I trust Grayson Allen to bring it home. You know what I'm saying? And he wasn't out there tonight. So another thing, also played 16 minutes. Like as much as it is Devin Booker's fault, or like you know what I'm saying that you can place the blame on Devin Booker on why we lost tonight, you could equally place the blame on the coaching and just the strategy. I didn't really agree. Well, maybe we should have went to Dylan Brooks on Embiid earlier. You know what I'm saying? Because at that by the time Dylan Brooks switched on to Embiid, it was damn near the damage was done. You know what I'm saying? Embiid finished with 33 points, 9 rebounds, and we just couldn't do shit with him tonight. It was just one of those kind of nights for him, and he just went back to vintage vintage Joel Embiid, and it just was a nasty. You know what I'm saying? Just trying to watch us, trying to guard him, and I don't understand why. Like Jordan Ott continuously puts like point guards on bigs for whatever strange reason. I don't get it. Maybe he's just giving up the point. I have no idea. I don't get the rhyme or reason, or like to me, I really got to sit back and really dissect like why is he doing this, or like what's the is it just like that's just how it happened, because I feel like it happens too much for it to be like a coincidence. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so we had our guards guarding Joel Embiid, and he just ate up our guards. And then it wasn't until Dylan Brooks was like, "All right, I got him," to where actually it slowed down the bleeding. I wouldn't say it completely stopped it, but it slowed down the bleeding for sure. And so yeah, I would say coaching on that aspect too, because I feel like offensively too, we didn't really run too many sets. We don't have. I haven't seen too many sets offensively of ours either. It's just a lot of ISO, a lot of one on one, and if somebody's not hitting, then it gets tricky. Or if somebody can't hit on that kick out pass, it gets a little tricky. And we rely a lot heavily on our transition offense, like our defense turning into offense. So it's just that's something we gotta work on, gotta clean up in the future. You know what I'm saying? But Mark Williams tonight didn't give us nothing. Like I said, he was barbecue chicken for Joel Embiid tonight. He finished with 11 points and 11 rebounds. So, yeah, it was just one of those nights. It just the energy was off. It felt off. Watching it, just it was off. I feel like Rasheer Fleming, this would have been a type of game where it would have been perfect to kind of throw him in there because, like I said, I feel like he's good at offensive rebounding, he's good at defensive rebounding, and just having a knack to just be around the ball, get tips and stuff like that, and just kind of bring that energy, especially on a night like this where we just kind of need everybody's kind of hurt, nagging injury, so it's just like we just trying to do what we can up until we can get to the break and then like come back and reset. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like tonight would have been a perfect night to throw in Rasheer Fleming, just an energy guy, like somebody that would have took the lid off and just helped. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not too mad at this loss. I'm more mad at the loss against the Golden State Warriors because that game, like, we should have just won that game, especially with no Steph and shit like that. But I'm not too mad at this loss. I don't know where this put us at in the standings. I got faith in us to kind of get back and get right within the standings. But shout out to the Philadelphia 76ers. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Kelly Oubre, always one of my favorite dudes. Tyrese Maxey finished with 29, and he played better than he played the last. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't expecting Tyrese Maxey to have two bad games against us, even though if you look at the stats, like it would seem like he had a bad game, but nah, he was doing his thing, playmaking. He finished, like I said, with 29 points, 8 of 21, hit timely shots. You know what I'm saying? Hit timely shots when they needed them, and that's essentially what he did. And like I said, Joel Embiid just all night with the steady jab, giving us bucket after bucket, getting to the foul line. And like I said, it was an ugly game just to watch, just from the referee standpoint, just from the rhythm standpoint. It was just a real ugly, bad energy game to watch. So it is what it is, man. Hopefully we can just hold it down just till we get to All-Star break and reset. Everybody just, you know what I'm saying? Just don't panic. Don't hit the panic button quite yet. But you know what I'm saying? Better days are coming, y'all. Better days are coming. Hopefully Jalen Green can kind of get right and we can see what he actually can bring to the table. Hopefully Cole Anthony can bring something. Even though I'm not really a fan of the trade, we can talk about the trade a little bit for Nick Richards. I'm not really a fan of Amir Coffey and the Cole Anthony trade. Maybe more so Amir Coffey. I think he could be more useful to the team, but it's just like, to me, there's two positions that we don't need. Like, I think that we need more bigs. You know what I'm saying? Like, if we'd have traded and got another center to kind of take the also minutes, like, I would have been more of a fan of that. But to me, we don't need another like guard because we already got 3 point guards that don't run point. So it's just like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we got Jordan Goodwin, we got Colin Gillespie, and we got Jameer Bouye, and none of them really are allowed. I don't know if they're allowed to or whatever the case may be, but none of them run point. So it's just like, why get another point guard? I don't know. Besides me, but till next time, man. Peace.